if you're a real estate agent and you want to have more warm leads from social media, please stop overcomplicating things. Your goal is simple. Create 100 short form posts. And in this video, I will show you why this might be one of the most important decisions you'll ever make for your personal brand. Alright, so in my eyes, this is the simplest way to build your personal brand as a real estate agent, because a lot of people is really overcomplicating things. The most important thing you can do is to take action and keep going. So that's why the rule in my eyes is very simple, and you can see it here. So the rule is 100 posts. You do that for 100 days and you post one every single day. And you might feel like, wow, that's a lot. And well, I hate to break it to you, but if you want to get extraordinary results, if you want to become extremely successful, get the things you really want and, build your personal brand on social media in such a way that you will get a lot of inbound leads that is very warm. Well, if you post one single video or one single post every single day, that's your best bet of getting yourself to that place as soon as possible. And honestly, if you watch a couple of other videos of mine on this video, on this channel, you know that it doesn't take that too much of your time to make these posts. And the thing also is that too many people judge social media before they even, see the results. So there are a lot of people that I speak with that is they maybe talk with me, I'll watch a couple of videos of mine, they get excited, they start building their personal brand. Maybe they start posting one video every single day, but they only do it for 1 week or maybe 2 weeks max. And guess what? That's not a long enough period of time for you to reap the rewards. So as of anything, I just feel that so many people have, we don't really give things a real chance because we want things just so fast and it's a bad place to be at. So it's kind of like a mindset shift as well. And I wanted to kind of reframe this as well. So let's say that if no one can guarantee anything, I can't guarantee that you will get leads if you do this, but this is the closest thing to, it's the best shot you have, if you put it that way. It's the best thing I know, and I'm sharing it with you, the best way to get warm leads as a real estate agent from social media. But the thing I really wanted to say is a mindset shift here. So if you knew to 100% that if you post one single video every single day and you don't even just do it for 100 days, let's say that you do it for the next year. And if you knew that if you do exactly that, you will, the next coming year, you will get at least 5 leads per week. That is hot as fire. If you knew that, would you do this? And I'm very certain that 99% of people watching this would feel, whoa, that's a steal. 5 leads per week for the next coming, year. That's a lot. That's 20 warm email leads every single month. So that's kind of the mindset and the vision we have. And, so I think that's a very important mindset to be having, at least. And as I said before, so many agents, they quit too early. I talked about this just before, because they put, they post one video every single day. They do it for 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks max. I think that's somewhere where the majority of people quit and throw in the towel, because they don't see, I'm not getting any leads, they feel this doesn't work and blah, blah, blah. So they're really, arguing with themselves to not keep on doing it, which is a very bad thing, because obviously, as I said before, you have to do something for a long period of time until you see some kind of traction. Because if you really think about it, it's not strange that you have to do things for a long period of time, building your brand, posting things that's valuable on social media until you get the leads. Because if you think about it, let's say you meet a new person for the first time and you do that tomorrow, hi, nice chatting with you, however the context is, how long of a time does it take for you until you trust that person? So as I said, many times before on this channel, your clients have to spend roughly 7 hours with you until they really trust you and dig your vibe and want to work with you, at least, from consuming your stuff on social media. So it's not crazy that it takes half year, 1 year, 2 years for people to really start to know you, and then boom, like you're going to get a shit ton of leads. Because if the more people that spend 7 hours with you, the more leads you're going to get, generally speaking, if you just look at the math. So that's why it takes time. But it's so important to not quit. And like I have people I just know that maybe have posted like 5 times, and then you give it like 5 days, and then it's like this doesn't work, I quit. And for me, that is just absolutely nuts. Like, you have to give it a long period of time. So that's why I just feel that the magic number for most people is to give it 100 days, because you can't judge it, before that. So if there's just one thing I want you to take from this video, is like, please, like, just give it 100 days. Like, and if you feel after those 100 days like this is a complete waste of my time, well, then you don't have to do it ever again. That's the way I would see it. So give it 100 days. If you don't feel it's worth your time after that, you don't have to do it ever again. And I think that mindset will help a lot of people to keep on pushing through that 100 days. Just knowing that I don't have to do this after 100 days if I don't feel it's worth my time. And the thing I feel is the most important, the reason to making 100 posts and doing it for 100 days is because after that period of time, first of all, you're insanely consistent. Like, you're probably more consistent than 90 to 95% of people on this planet, which by that fact alone will make you insanely successful. And then number 2, one of the most important things as well, is that you become a hell of a lot better. So when you've done something every single day for 100 days, you will be a lot better. So if you compare the first post versus the 100th post, your last one will be a lot better. I'm very certain about that. And the third thing as well that I find to be very important is that you build a lot of momentum. So those 3 components are very important. And when you've done that, you have really, after those 100 posts and 100 days, you have really done the most important or the hardest thing, let's say. So after that, it's like you're going up this insane mountain. And then after those 100 days, it's like you're going on a flat road. At least you can just keep on coasting, and it's much easier, so to say, because now it has become a habit. So this is really the path you go through. So you post, you learn, you improve, and you repeat. So it's kind of simple, to be honest. I would challenge you to do like a 100-day challenge. So first of all, you should pick one platform. And if you would ask me, well, which is the best one to start on, I would say no doubt Instagram is the absolute best one. But if you would ask me, which platform is the highest likelihood of me really sticking with it, I will look at, first of all, which platform are you consuming or spending the most time on? And then second, like, which platform do you know the most? Because usually, like, the one you spend the most time on, you feel the most comfortable on, you know the most, etc. So it will be a lot easier for you to commit to posting on that platform for 100 days. But generally speaking, Instagram is an absolute, by far the best one. If you talk about short form platform, then YouTube is the absolute best if you come to long form platform. And then second, when you pick the platform, pick that one. Number 2, post one short form piece of content every single day. And you might think, maybe Niklas is thinking only Monday to Friday. Sorry to break it to you, but no, I'm thinking every single day. So that's Saturday, Sunday as well. Because if you only post Monday to Friday, like, there are 2 days in every single week where you break the momentum, which is bad. And of course, if you would say, like, it's better to post Monday to Friday and you do that, every single week for 100 days than doing nothing at all. But I would argue that if you do it every single day, it's so much better, and it's only 2 more posts per week. And so that's really my recommendation, like, strong recommendation. If you're gonna do something, like, why not do it in a way where it maximizes the chances of you getting the best possible result. And then the third thing that I think is very important as well is that what should you talk about? Post things that's valuable for your potential clients. It's no more rocket science than that. Think about the problems they have. Try to help them with those problems. As when is the best time to sell? Should you stage an apartment or not? When is the best time of the day to take photos? Which is the best time of the year to sell on home in the area where I live, etc. So keep on going. Just think about, really, what questions are you getting when you speak with your clients, especially on the first, client meeting you have. What are some questions they have? Maybe there's some construction outside that's going to happen in the area, which might affect the value. So there are really a million things that they could have as a question. So if you really feel like, well, Nicholas, okay, I think it's very tough to create content. What's valuable? I have no freaking idea. If that is really your head, well, I would do this. So every time you speak with a potential client and you ask like, well, do you have any questions for me? Like, what's important for you? Then you just listen. Shut up and listen. And then you take notes. So as soon as you're done with that meeting, you write down 1, 2, 3, 4 questions that they had on that client meeting. And then you take those and you make content about it. That's really a simple way I would go about this. And then, of course, when you're going to start your journey on this 100-day challenge, there might be days where you're going to miss. And some people is going to be like absolutely ruthless and say like, if you miss, you're a loser or whatever. And that's not the way I see it. I just know that there's so few people that, can do this, something every single day for 100 days. So my rule is this: never miss twice. So if you go about it, you have done 1 week, you have done 2 weeks in a row, you feel like a king, and then boom, Monday comes. You're stressed out, you're freaked out, you have no time, you miss. And then you feel like, holy shit, I just missed 1 day. Then I want you to know that, like, okay, you should never miss twice. So if you miss 1 day, you should never miss the other day as well. Because if you miss twice, 2 days in a row, you're out. So that's kind of like the mindset I want you to be having moving forward for this challenge. Of course, best case scenario is that you don't miss one single day, but as you know, we're human beings. So if you miss 1 day, 2 days, 3 days on this 100-day challenge, like, is that the end of the world? Of course not. And this one I think is so important as well. So this is like, we talked about it a little bit before, but like 100 posts later. So I really want you to understand, like, well, you're going to commit to this, and I want you to understand like what happens when you have passed the finish line. So you're a winner. You have done it, 100 days. As I said before, you have a lot more skill. Also very important that you have built with your audience a lot more trust. And that's probably one of the most important things you can build. You will have a lot more visibility as well, because if you have done something every day for 100 days, you will have more people following you. You have more trust with your potential clients. You will have probably one of the most important things. You will have a lot more confidence, because you will know, like, you will look yourself in the mirror and say like, well, boom, I'm very proud of myself. I've did this for 100 days. And for most people, like, that is such a big achievement. And if you make it, from me to you, like, you're a winner. And the last one, like, more chances of getting warm leads, of course. And I really wanted to, expectations and having mindset for yourself. And one of the most important things that you have to understand, like, your first post on this 100-day challenge, it will, nothing will happen after that post. Like, believe me, that's the most reasonable, mindset to be having. But when you have done 100 posts, then, from that period of time and moving forward is where the magic starts to happen. People will, trust you. They will feel like they know you. And if you just keep on going from that period of time, you will see that a lot of fun things will happen. You will get more leads. You will have people maybe seeing you on open houses, and well, you're the guy from Instagram, right? So that's just a fun place to be at. And probably the most important thing to end this video off is that when you start this journey, you are really on the road to becoming the best, the strongest, or rather say building the strongest person brand in your local market. So imagine after 100 days that you are the number one agent on social media in your area. And now I really think you should watch this video, because I talk about why the fear of judgment is really killing your personal brand. And if you're going to implement this 100 days and really taking your personal brand to the next level, I think it's very important that you understand a big obstacle that could be in your way. So if you watch this video, you will increase the likelihood of you building a strong personal brand.